Now, open Google Chrome or any browser that you like on your computer. Meanwhile, let me see what's happening here. Okay, this one is still copying. 68% complete. Okay. Open Google Chrome or any browser you like. We want to see how to install Visual Studio Code.
Use Microsoft.
And that's okay, it's Edge you open.
Yeah.
Now go to www.google.com. Okay, go to google.com. Okay, type Visual Studio Code. Just type Visual Studio Code.
For searching.
Yes, just type Visual Studio Code. No, this video you wrote out, Studio.
Visual
Studio Code. Studio Code. Then you wrote them together, but it's already bringing suggestion for you. Maybe you should pick it.
Because I was studying Visual Studio
Code. Yes. Pick it, sir. Visual Studio Code. No. Okay, this is it. Click on download. Now scroll down. Your computer is Windows, so click on that Windows link. Just hold on. Scroll up. Wait, let me use the mouse. Okay, it's already downloading. Wow, thank you, Lord. The lesson is now going on smoothly. And you know one of the reasons why the lesson will move fast, even though we are still going to install Visual Studio, but the lesson will move fast because we can use Visual Studio Code, which is faster to install. And we might not need Visual Studio 2019 until those last two chapters. You saw it now. And having a textbook to do our lesson gives a structure to the lesson. You get my point? And it also ensures that I don't leave anything that I'm supposed to cover. Now that doesn't mean that that's the whole thing we are going to do. But what it simply means is that before I begin to teach from experience, you know there are two ways you can teach. You can teach from experience, which by His grace I have plenty. And then you can also teach, have a structured approach. So initially I want to have a structured approach. Even while I'm doing that structured teaching, I will also be drawing from my experience sometimes to teach. Okay, this is almost 53, 51 seconds. It's almost done.
60.5 megabytes.
Yes, MB, sir.
It's already 50. So
okay, so sir, it's time for you to install. Just open that arrow.
Yes.
Say show in folder. Now, hold on. Right click on that right click on that VS Code user setup. Right click on it. Now, most of the time, run as administrator. As a programmer, you are better off if you can do run as administrator on most of the things you are doing. So click run as administrator. Say run. Say yes. Do you want to allow this app? Whatever. Say yes. Okay. This one has finished the first one. Let me look for the second one and send it. Okay, you said this user installer is not meant.
It's gonna be run as an administrator.
Click cancel. Click cancel. Oh yeah, right click on it again.
Double click to install.
No, right click on it again. Say open this time around. Just go to open. Accept the agreement, sir. Next. 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 Please select everything. Yes, next. Install. Okay, this one is doing that. Okay, while that is happening, let's continue with our lesson here. So, I paused it.
Yes.
To continue, I'll just press record again. If you click that other one, it will stop. So one has to be very, very careful. So we are already doing this practical now. That's what we are doing on your computer.
Yeah. That will be an install it.
Okay. We are at this step 2 now. But since we want to program C#, you have to install what we call the C# extension. Now, they said to install the C# extension, you must first launch Visual Studio Code application. Are you following?
Yes. This one's click the extension icon or navigate to
View extensions.
Okay.
So now it's asking you that it wants to launch Visual Studio Code. Say finish. Allow it to launch it for the first time.
So it will now display that extension.
And we are going to see it now. Okay, I think it's coming up. It's coming up. Where is the Visual Studio Code? No, it's not here. Hold on, sir. It's coming up. Let me see. Okay, this is it. So this is Visual Studio Code. Still coming up. Let's be patient with it. Okay, This is Visual Studio Code now. Now, go to View. Click on View. Extensions. Look at extensions. Extensions. Look at extensions here, sir. Here.
Okay.
Now, it says C# is one of the most popular extensions available. So you should see it at the top of the list. Or you can enter C# in the search box. Please type C#.
I should type it in.
Yes. Capital C. And this hash symbol. Oh.
Hash symbol is
Okay, look at C#. Look at C#. Can you see it?
Okay.
Go and install it yourself. No, go there. Yes. Look at it. Install it. So you are installing it now.
That means the C# is embedded in the studio.
This is what will allow you to like write C# with Visual Studio Code. Let's close this one. We don't want to send usage data to them.
All this one are different.
Extension. Now it said now it has been installed now. Are you following? How do I know? You know, when it was installing, it was saying in this thing. Now it's now saying uninstall. That means it has been installed. Now it has been installed. Good. Now let's go on to the next thing.
No, you say we need to put it on extension.
It's already installed already. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just leave it like that. It's already installed. Say click install and wait for supporting packages to download and install. We've already done that.
Other extensions.
Now it said if you want to install it said all the other extensions that we will use in this book, they are here. Are you following? So let's install all the other extensions that we use. And you know what? I've not installed it on my machine. So me too, I'm going to open my machine. We'll do this one together. Are you following? So I'm going to open Visual Studio Code on my machine. The reason why I've not installed them is because I've not been using Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio. You can see my own Visual Studio Code. Are we recording? Let's pause here for now, so that we can continue. So you are going to search now. So please type in that search box C#.
C#.
It's like that's not your C#.
It's on that. I mean,
which one? Try 4. Let's see. Shift and 4. No, Shift and 4. What are you pressing? Okay, press 3. It's 3. C# XML. Type XML.
Space.
Yes, C# space XML. And then we wait. This is what we want to install. C# XML documentation. This one. Install it. I'll also be installing it here too. So it's already installed. Good. Hold on, sir. Now the next thing we want to install is called C# extensions. So you are going to search for C# space extensions. Extensions. It has come up. Can you see it? Can you see it, sir? Install, please. Okay, done, Abi.
Yes.
Good. Now, the next one we are going to install is called REST client. REST client.
Let me see this way.
Okay, I will type it here, sir. REST, as in when someone is resting.
Okay.
REST client. No, remove that C sharp, sir.
Okay. Just rest.
Clean everything. REST client. You didn't type start from R. REST space client. It has come up. Click install. Did you see it, sir?
Oh, so yes.
Install.
Next time.
Okay, good. Which one do we need again? This one, the ilspy.net, the compiler.
IL. Okay.
ilspy. I'm going to spell it here. Like this.
IL.
Spy space.
SPY.
ilspy, yes, as in spy. It has even brought it up here. Look at it, sir. This one. Install.
People invented all these things.
Yeah, and they are programmers. Solid programmers. Now, the last one we want to install is called SharpPad. SharpPad. So you go to that place.
Sharp.
Okay, wait. This one is still installing. Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's give it time. So after it has finished installing, then we will now install SharpPad. Okay, it has finished installing in my place. Oh yeah. So I think this is about the last stuff we will install. SharpPad. So just type sharp and pad together. SharpPad.
PATH.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It has come up. Install. Good. We are making progress.
So all this code now is what you are going to learn.
Things like this over time. Now, understanding .NET. Stop the video in your face. Record. Good. Now go to File, Open Folder. Yes. So when you say File, Open that folder, this is the dialog that occurs, isn't it? Now, for now, let me click Cancel on my own computer. Excuse me. File, Open Folder. So now, they said in the dialog box, navigate to your user folder on macOS or your documents folder on Windows or any directory or drive in which you want to save your project. Now, for now, click Cancel, sir. Click Cancel. Now, what you are going to do, I want you to go to your C drive. No, don't pause. Go to your C drive. That's your C. When I say C, look at the C here. Just go to computer. So you are still taking the recording, Abi? Let me help you, sir. If you want to go to local disk C, just go up like this. Up. See local disk C. Press it. Good. So we are now both in our local disk C. So we are going to create, you are going to create a folder in this local disk key. You call it Peter lesson. Me, I will call my own. Go to new folder. So me, I will call my own Ben lesson.
So what do you want to call my own?
Peter lesson.
Okay, let me say.
You now rename. Me, I'm calling my own Ben lesson.
Okay. Okay, let me call it C# lesson.
Okay, C# lesson. Don't put that sharp. Call spell it as SHARP
C#
lesson. No space, please.
Okay. No space in the folder, in the file name.
Yes, don't put space. Let me call my own to C# lesson. C# lesson. Okay, fine. We both have a folder called C# lesson on our computer. Now, what you on C drive? So what you now do? Let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Now go to that file, open folder again. File, open folder. Now, click on local disk C by that left. Look at what I'm doing. Click on it. Good. Now look for that folder called C# lesson. You've seen it, sir. Double click on it. Now click select folder. Look at select folder here.
Okay. This one.
Now, what? Hold on. Now, look at what happened. When you click open folder, look at this place. What is there?
C# lesson.
What it means is that Visual Studio Code is now inside that folder called C# lesson. That's what it means. Are you getting it, sir?
That means as you are writing now, it will be there.
Yes, whatever thing we want to write will be inside that folder.
So this is the way to create a file
No,
or project.
yeah, you first create a folder. That's for if you are using Visual Studio Code. You first create a folder. You now go and open that folder.
Visual
Studio Code. Exactly.
Because just remind me of. But there was a day I was watching somebody
Let me
was
pause this one.
writing HTML.
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 Is it HTML or HTML?
H.
Now,
That is pause now. I pause it too.
no, let me see. You are recording now. Don't worry. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is to click the new folder button. Okay, let's do it this way. One thing in computer is there are several ways of doing things. Now we are going to create another folder. Inside that our folder, this C# lesson, we'll call it code. Now what you are going to do is this. Just go to your C drive again. Now look for that C# lesson.
Open it.
Open it and create another folder inside. Call it code.
Code.
Yes, CODE. Then you click outside, sir.
Ah,
No, just go back. This is it. This is where you are. Okay, that's fine. All right. We are still coming back to this. Let's look at our textbook again. Now, in the code folder, you are going to create another folder called chapter 01. So what you do is this. You open this code folder again. You create another folder called chapter 01. No space, please, sir. Now click outside, sir. Good. Now, in chapter 01 folder, you are going to create
new folder again.
a LOCS. Now, this is what they are saying. Let me show you. Open this chapter 01. Right click again and say new folder. And you call it
No,
LOCS.
capital letter.
Capital H. No, the rest small letters. LO. Then the CS will be in capital. Click outside, sir.
LOCS.
Yes, click outside. It means LOC sharp. That's what it stands for. Now, please, for now, please close your Visual Studio Code. Close it completely.
Close this one too.
No, just the Visual Studio Code. Okay. Just leave it for now.
I should pause the recording.
No, don't worry. Now, don't pause recording. Now, go back to that LOCS folder. Right click on it. Hold on. I have open with code. Okay, can you see open with code? Let me explain. Open with code means you are going to open it with Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
So you click on open with code.
Okay. Take us to Visual Studio Code.
Yes. And it not just taking us to Visual Studio Code, it will open that folder in Visual Studio Code. Are you getting it, sir? Good. Let's wait a bit. I think it's still coming on. Let me pause this. That's happening. Okay, fine. It has opened it for us. Now we want to create our first program. Remember the program we want to create is called a console app. And I explained earlier on that console apps are simply applications that run in your command prompt, which is that black window.
The application that runs in
command prompt.
Call them what?
Console applications.
Let me write it down.
Application that run in command prompt or MS-DOS window. I think that will explain it better. Console apps are applications that run in command prompt or MS-DOS. Then you put brackets here, black window. You know, it's so that it's to help you to remember. Yes, so Now, the next thing we want to do is to go to terminal in Visual Studio Code. Hmm? And that terminal, so for you to go to terminal, you go to view, and then you click on terminal. Click on terminal. Now, when you say view, this terminal now.
You say we write the console.
Yes. Now, this is where we'll now type our command. We want to type our command.
These are the folder we created.
Yes.
C# lesson, code.
Chapter 01 LOCS.
So this is the part.
Yes, that's the part. Exactly, sir. So now, I'm not sure that this command we will write is going to work on this. Now we want to create a new console application, but this is the command we type: .NET new console. Are you following? So how are we going to do it? We say
type it.
No, like this. What? .NET new console. What this means is that in this folder, which is LOCS, create a new console app using .NET Core. Type it. I'm not sure that it will work. You know why? Because we've not installed .NET Core on your computer. But don't worry, we install .NET Core. But yeah, type .NET new console. Let's see what happens.
That's okay. So what you say on this hello
Yes,
folder.
yes. Type exactly what I've typed here. .NET.
No space, have you?
Yes. Now space. New. Just type W space console. What it means is that create a new .NET app. But which type of .NET app? Because there are many types of .NET apps. We are now saying that, okay, the type of .NET app you want is a console app. Now press enter on the keyboard. Did he do that? Now let's go and check our folder. Just minimize. Go and check your folder. Okay. Seems there is nothing inside yet.
So open it.
Open LOCS. Okay, don't worry, there's nothing inside yet. So you've pressed .NET new console, Abby. Let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Said not found. But look at my own. Said the template console application was what? Restore succeeded. The reason why your own gave error is because you don't have .NET Core installed on your computer. Now let's see how you are going to install .NET Core on your computer. Are you following? Now you continue recording. Minimize Visual Studio Code. Now open Google Chrome. Now type in, just clean that place, type .NET Core. Yes, you are doing well. Space Core, C-O-R-E. Now press enter. Now you can see saying download .NET. Click on that link that says download .NET. Scroll. Don't download .NET Core 5 for now, because this book is based on .NET Core 3. Scroll. Yes, hold on. So now, sir, let me see. Let's examine your computer. Though I suspect is your computer is 64 bit.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, just right click, go to properties.
64 base of it.
Okay. All right. Since it's 64 bit, where is that stuff? What we are going to download is .NET Core SDK because you are a programmer. SDK means Software Development Kit. You might want to put that one too. Down.
This application,
Mm.
LDK.
Yes, means Software Development Kit. Meanwhile, this one should have finished downloading that second part. So let me tell it to download to send the third part to my flash. So after this one, I will give you the first 12 gig so that you copy on your computer. That's for the full Visual Studio 2019. Okay, so I said SDK means Software Development Kit. Now, if you notice here, you have SDK and runtime.
Yes, for this one.
Now, for all of them,
Yes,
SDK means is what you use as a programmer to write your program. Now, runtime is needed on this machine that will run the program. Are you following?
That's runtime itself is also a software.
It's also a software, but it's not used to write program. It's used to run the program that you have written. But if you need something that will help you to write your program, you need the SDK. So let's go to download .NET Core SDK. So we click on this link. They say thank you for downloading .NET Core. So it's about 127 MB. So they say tell you about yourself. Are you a software developer? You say yes. Continue. How will you best describe yourself? Student for now. Abi? Let me see. Student. Okay, so let's close it, Jerry. So this is just essay. They just want to know more about you. It's Microsoft. Okay, so that third part of Visual Studio 2019 is downloading. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to give you the way I work, even the way I don't even work. Are you following? Before now, I don't use this Visual Studio Code.
So which one have you been using?
I've been using Visual Studio 2019. But the advantage of using Visual Studio Code is you'll be able to work on almost any platform.
Yes, cross
Platform, yes, exactly.
That Visual Code 2019 just only on Windows.
On Windows, exactly. You can only use it on Windows. But it's also good for you to know how to use it. So while this one is happening, let's pause the I'm recording because of what we are doing here. Versions of Visual Studio. So there you have it, sir. Versions of Visual Studio. Okay, hold on. Versions of Visual Studio. No, hold on. So here you have it. Versions of Visual Studio. No. That's not what I want. 8 more rows. Okay, just hold on.
So this is just like window. You know, window we first of all have window 20. I have window before we have window 8 before window
Okay,
8.
sir. Here are the versions of Visual Studio. It all
Version Studio
started with
25.
it first started with Visual Studio 97,
97. That's
Visual
new.
Studio 6. Then from there it went to Visual Studio.net, which is 2002, Visual Studio.net 2003, Visual Studio 2005, Visual Studio 2008, Visual Studio 2010, Visual Studio 2012, Visual Studio 2013, Visual Studio 2015, Visual Studio 2017, Visual Studio 2019. Huh? Okay, while that's happening, let's install .NET SDK. Abby,
Okay, it has finished.
please go to the folder, sir.
It has finished.
Yeah, it has finished. Just go to the folder. Show your folder, please. Hold on. I want to be sure that we are recording. Yes, we are. Now right click on it. Run as administrator. Say yes.
This Microsoft is tried. They always come with different. They just do it like
Wait, but
Microsoft.
among all the major software people, they are the ones that make the life of programmer easier. You understand? So if you've not been a programmer before and you say you want to start learning programming, you are likely to find it very easy if you start with Microsoft platform. Click install. So you can see it's .NET Core we are installing. Though the version 3. Don't worry, we'll go together into the version 5. But let me explain one of the reasons why I've not adopted version 5. It just came out. I want it to be stable. Let it get ground for some time. That is why. So you can see there are various versions of Visual Studio.
Just like Windows.
They don't need of writing, and in case you need to refer to them, you know where to get them on the internet. I'm happy that I'm able to do this lesson. Sincerely. Sincerely. I'm happy. And one of the advantages of doing this is in case my little brothers need it in future too.
Your son.
Eh?
Your son.
You said?
I say your son.
My sons, maybe your own children too, maybe other people who want to learn programming. Because like I'm telling you, let me tell you what's going to happen. You see the two videos are going on the net. This one will be instructor video. This one will be student video. Don't worry, I will not use your data. It's my office data that I will use to upload that one, because this one will chop your data. Upload it. You understand? Okay, it's almost 2. Now this one we are doing now, you might not, you can't do it again, because unless you want to remove it, you get my point. But
What we are doing now is installation.
yes, so you don't need to remove it, but it's good for in future, in case of future purposes. Maybe you want to install on another computer. You don't need to call me that. Now, Ben, how did you do that one?
It's good. It's good to know it, know the installation.
Yes,
Maybe for example, now say let me install it on this computer.
yes,
I don't want
exactly.
to use my laptop.
Yes,
I'll use that one.
yes, yes,
So I have to go through all this process.
yes. So as you can see, .NET Core is different from Visual Studio. Did you? That's what this thing should tell you. Because if they were the same, we wouldn't need to install
Try
this.
it again. Say .NET make it your application you have developed to run.
And it's even on .NET Core SDK that you write your program. It's on this SDK that will run our program. It's through this SDK. You know there are two. You have SDK and runtime. SDK allows you to write the program and even test it as you are writing it. But runtime is not meant for development. It's meant for, I finished my program, I want to put it somewhere so that it will be running. Are you getting it?
I use runtime.
That's when you use runtime. So SDK is for, I'm writing the program, I'm testing it. Runtime is for, we finish writing the program, let people come and use it. We need to put it somewhere. So where we put it.
So which means Visual Studio Code,
Yes.
.NET Core,
Mm. Yes.
they work together.
They work together. They work together, as you have seen. They work together. It's almost done.
So, like, let's look at it this way while we are waiting.
Yes, sir.
Visual Studio Code, okay, it's a kind of it's a platform
Yes.
or editor platform
To write programs.
to write program. That is a platform to write C#.
Yes, not just C#. You can use it to write other programs.
That program too.
Yes. You can even use it to write PHP too.
Okay.
Yes. Have you heard of PHP before?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
When there was a day I was reading about HTML, I come about CSS, PHP, and all these are, you use them with HTML to develop a website.
Yes, sir.
I heard of it before, I come across that, but I don't know how to use it.
I don't use PHP too. I've never used PHP professionally. Yeah, I'm okay with my C#.
So, Visual Studio Code editor,
Yes.
editor platform.
Yes.
Then .NET Core SDK,
Yes.
it enable you.
It has finished now.
Okay.
So it has finished. Now, I want you to see something. There was something I didn't show you before.
Okay.
And that is, there is a way for you to know whether .NET Core is installed on your system. Then just type this command, .NET space. You now see dash dash info. You now press enter. Okay, press enter. Just don't worry. Maybe it's still picking it. You know what I want you to do? Close this Visual Studio Code. Close it, don't worry. We'll open it again. Now open command prompt for me. Go here and type command prompt, sir. That type here to search. That place that they type command prompt. No, you didn't spell it well, but it has come up. No, type it again. Type it again. Backspace. Command. Now click on command prompt. Okay. Now type .net -info.
Dot.
Wait, it has not yet moved. Let's wait for it. And then you have like two opened. Oh yeah, .net, sir. .net, N-E-T.
Another one again.
No, you remain net, N-E-T.
Okay.
Space, hyphen.
Info.
No. Where is the hyphen? This one,
Okay.
2 times. No, don't shift. And one more. Now type info. Press enter. Now, did you see what it came up with you? It's telling you that you have .NET Core 3.1 and it's running on this OS. Can you see? Now, .NET Core SDK installed. This is the version. Then, apart from that, can you see that when you install the SDK, the runtime too is also installed? Did you see that? But if you install the runtime alone, it will not install the SDK. You understand? Okay. Now go back to that our lesson folder.
So wait, this command prompt help you to search information about your system.
Yes, but but for it to work,
You need to
not just search information about
you
your
need to know
system.
the type of command you should type.
Yeah, you can run different kind of commands in command prompt. We just saw one now,
Okay.
which is we got information about .NET Core.
Like,
Now,
okay, like if I want to get information about my hard disk, can one still use it?
yes, one can use it, though I'm not a specialist in that area.
Okay,
Now go back to go back to your C drive.
See,
Go to this place. Go up, sir. Click on local disk C. Now open C# lesson. Then there is something I want to do. Sorry, sir, hold on. You didn't spell this lesson well. Rename. Remove that high, sir.
okay, no,
Yes, thank you. Okay. Now, right click on that LOCS folder. Open with code. Open with code. So now we've satisfied ourselves that we have .NET Core on our system, isn't it? Okay. Let's wait for code to open. Now, please, go to view terminal. Just wait. Good. It's coming up. It's downloading a package. Installing C# dependencies. Okay, let's wait for it. But while that is happening, let's go to terminal. Did you see what I did again? I clicked terminal here. Did you see it? So we are in terminal here. Now type .NET new. Net.
no space.
No space. Yes. Space. New. Space. Console. Now press enter. Okay. What did he say?
It's ready.
Getting ready. Okay. So
Right.
just be watching.
So
Hmm?
write your first app.
Now what did he say? The template console application was created what?
Successful.
Now he said running.net restore. Just wait, let it finish running this command. Hmm?
Maybe that download it will show that time.
Okay. Don't worry about that one. Now if you look at my screen, he did running.net restore. Then when he finished running.net restore, it will now take you to the folder again when it's done. Are you following? You see where it is now, determining projects to restore. Hmm? So when it restores it, it will say restored so. It will tell you the time that I used to restore. It will tell you restore succeeded. Are you following? It has told you restore succeeded. Eh? Abby? Now the last thing is to take you back to the folder. Hmm? Why is it taking the time to? Meanwhile, why that is happening? How far? Can you see, sir? That's it. Alright, so that's it. Let's just wait a bit for that to happen. Still downloading packages. Okay, fine.
That's taking me to the folder.
That's taking you to the folder. Good. So you are there. So now we are on the same page, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, this is where we are. They said in terminal, enter the following command, .NET new console. Hmm? Said you will see that the .NET command line through creates a new console application for you in the current folder, and the Explorer window shows two files created, locs.proj and program.cs. This is what they are talking about, that it will show you two files created. Hmm? This is the Explorer window in Visual Studio Code. Hmm? Now, the next thing, step 11. Sorry. Okay. So now in step 11, say click on the file named program.cs. Look at program.cs. They say you should click on it. Good. So when I click on it, this is what I have too. Hmm? Visual Studio, allow Visual Studio Code to communicate. Please check allow to communicate. No. Go to that place. Go and check that place first. No, the two. Check the two. Now say allow access. And you wait. Okay. All right. We have said allow access. Let's continue. Now, if you see a warning saying that required assets are missing, okay, we don't have anything like that. Okay. Now, but look at the program. Hmm? Look at what the program, the first program. I want to explain this first program to you. I want to explain it. Hmm?
Okay.
So, this is your first C# program here. At the top of the program on line 1, there is a statement that says using system. Am I right?
Yes.
Good. Now, sir, if you are writing C# and you see the keyword using, because that using is a keyword. Eh? Anytime you see using, there is something that will follow it. Now, what follows that using is the name of a namespace called system. Now, so we have what we call namespaces in C#. Hmm? Now, what do we use namespaces for? And what are namespaces? In C#, we have what we call classes. We have what we call what?
Classes.
We have what we call classes. Now, these classes, let me explain the way classes are. So, have you heard of architects before? In real life, architects that draw plan for house.
Yes, architecture. There's architects. There's like people that draw plan, building plans.
Yes. Normally, before you build a house,
you must have a plan.
And who draws the plan? The architect.
The architect.
Good. Now, there is a modern way of writing software that is called object-oriented programming. You might want to put this one down, sir, please. It's something that you should put down. So, right, the modern way of writing software is called object-oriented what? Programming.
It's the modern way of writing software.
Software
Is object-oriented.
Of writing software is called object. Is called.
No,
okay. Is object-oriented programming. Is called object-oriented programming. Now, in object-oriented programming, we use classes. Yes. In object-oriented programming, we use what? Classes. In object-oriented programming, we use what? Classes. That is why you are seeing class program there. Sir, can you see class program? The reason is because we are using object-oriented programming. And C# that I'm teaching you is an example of object-oriented programming language. So in object-oriented programming, we use what? Classes. Now, please, I'll go to another line. Related classes are organized into a single namespace. Related classes, related classes are organized into a single namespace. single namespace. For example, the system namespace. System. For example, system namespace has several classes under it. Namespace. Namespace, not spaces. So namespace. Write it together.
Okay, this one.
No. This one is okay. But namespace. Yes. Has several classes under it. Several mean many. Abi?
Yes.
Good. Now let me explain what I'm saying here. The modern way of writing software is called object-oriented programming. In object-oriented programming, we use classes. Now, related classes are organized into a single namespace. For example, system namespace. What I'm saying is, you see this system namespace. There are many classes inside. Now, you see this system namespace. The people the owners of system namespace is Microsoft. Is who?
Microsoft.
Now, they have many classes that they have written to make life easy for you and I as programmers. Now, if you now want to, for example, if I want to come to your house, I first need to enter this street. If I don't enter this street, will I be able to enter your house? Now, when I come to this street, I first need to access the gate of the compound. Abi? If I don't access the gate of the compound, where I enter into the compound. Now, to get to your parlor, I need to access the gate there too. So, likewise, there are many classes in this system namespace. But if you want to use any class in system namespace, we first of all put it at the top here. Why we are putting it at the top is we want so that we can have access to those classes. Are you getting it? Now look at this namespace, LOCS. What was the name we gave our project? LOCS. Now anytime you create a project in C#, you are creating your own namespace too. And automatically C# will create a namespace that corresponds to the name of your project. So we created a project. What's the name? LOCS. So C# went behind and created a namespace called what?
09039101299
No. What's this? Hello.
Is calling now.
Hold on, sir. Hello. Happy New Year, sir. Ta ló sọ̀rọ̀, bra Dáre? Ṣé ti dé padà? Oh, he's a brother in our church. Let me pause this one. Okay, I'm coming. Let me call him. There is even something me and him we are supposed to do. We are supposed to go and replace the keyboard cord ahead of tomorrow's service. No, that one no be difficult. You are looking at where that time has finished. No, I just said 11. There is a goal for today. We are almost getting there for today. I will call him back. Or maybe he's even trying to call me. I guess he's trying to call me. Okay. So what I'm saying is that let me just summarize what I'm trying to say. When you are writing program, you use other people's program in your own. Does that make sense?
090391012999 is calling now.
Brother rè ṣé ti dé ni? Happy New Year ṣé ti dé padà ni? Ok mo wà níbì kan tí around náà ni but tí bá ti dé màá wá rí yín mo fẹ́ one mo fẹ́ fún yín ní nǹkan New Year then tí bá fún yín ní nǹkan New Year then apart from that ó ní àwọn nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe lórí àwọn kọ́ọ̀dù church yẹn. But èní ni mo fẹ́ ó láwọn nǹkan tá a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe lénìí a máa ní láti lọ Mushin lọ ra àwọn nǹkan kan. Ok màá wá bá a ṣe máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ laptop yẹn mú. Ok alright thank you sir. This brother is a very very committed brother in our church. Very very committed. In fact my own level of commitment no reach him. Very committed person. Okay, let's continue. So sir, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, let me break it down. Programming has reached a level whereby you don't need to write everything yourself. In fact, if you say you want to write everything yourself, you go develop white hair quickly. So there are some things that other programmers and other programming companies have written. So you make use of them when you are writing your own programs. So when you are writing your own program, there are two things you will be using. Programs that other people have written and your own program that you are now just writing. Are you getting it, sir?
Yes.
So now, the programs that other people have written, they are organized into classes. You get? Now, these classes too, now, there are different kind of classes. But there are some classes that belong together because they serve the same purpose. Let me put it that way. So for those classes that serve the same purpose, it is standard practice for us to put them under the same namespace. So in C# at the top we have namespace.
System.
No, system is an example of namespace. Is an example of namespace. So let me help you put it down like this. I'm going to put it down. At the top, we have namespace. E.g. system. So the other namespace, this system is just one. So under a namespace, you have class 1, you have class 2, up to class N. Do you get the hierarchy now? You have namespace, which is an example is system. Then under that single namespace, you have many classes. Good.
So system is a namespace.
Is an example of a namespace. Now this system namespace has many classes under it. And one of the classes that is inside system is a class called console. E.g., let me say console. So this console that you are seeing here is, for example, look at what happened. When I put my cursor on it now, what did it say? It said class
System.
dot.
Console.
Do you know the meaning of that? The name of the class is what? Console. It's inside a namespace whose name is?
System.
You get it now? The name of the class is console, but it's inside a namespace called system. You get it now?
So console is a class
Yes,
inside the namespace
called system. Sir, if we didn't put this system way there at the top here, we will have, for us to call this class here, we will have to say system dot console.
But automatically with this thing we are right there for you like this now.
For now you are just starting. See, let me remove to explain it further. Let me remove this using system. Let me clean it. What appears under this console now?
That means
A red line. Do you
uh,
know the meaning of that red line?
something is missing.
The computer is saying, I don't know where this class comes from. Now, there are two ways for me to tell the computer where to find this class.
So called the namespace is missing.
Yes, the first way is for me to type the full name of the class here by saying
System.
system dot console. So now you can see there is no red line again. You understand? Because the computer now knows where to find console. He knows that it's inside system namespace. That is one method. But the disadvantage of this method is that what if I need to write several system.console? That means I'll be typing system.console, system.console. I can write it 1,000,000 times. You get? So, but if I don't want to use this method, the best way is for me to import the name of the namespace at the top, as was done before. How? I will say using hmm, using. I will now say system. Then I put semicolon. Mind you, C# ends with semicolon. Now, so now that I say using system, did he put any red line here? The reason why is because the computer, I've already indirectly told the computer that this console is inside this system namespace. So this method is better than that other method, because if I need to mention this one 70 times, 80 times, I will need to say system.console, system. You get my point. So if there's anything you have learned is that inside the namespace, we have one class or several classes.
No several classes.
We have several classes. Now, there are two types of namespace, don't forget. The one that other programmers have written and the one that you are writing.
Let me go to them.
There are two types of namespace. The one other programmers have written and the one you are writing.
The programmer have written.
Other programmers have written. The one other programmers. Other programmers. Other programmers have written. And the one you are writing. Okay, let me put it this way. Question 1. System namespace. Who wrote it? Microsoft or you?
Microsoft.
Okay. LOCS namespace. Who wrote it? You or Microsoft?
Me.
That explains it. You get it now. Now, you know that I said that inside system namespace there are several classes. And one of the classes inside it is the console class. You remember? Now look at inside LOCS. We have one program, one class inside that LOCS. And what's the name of that class? Program. Are you getting it? Now inside the class, a class are what we call class members. Now right, there are two types of class members. There are two types of class members. There are two types of class members. One, methods. Two, properties. Now in bracket for this method, write actions. in brackets.
Yes.
Yes. Now, you know this verb, have you?
Yes.
Now, properties. Now, write adjectives or stroke descriptions. You know, adjective describe. Okay, just write descriptions. Let me explain what we mean by methods and properties. But let's talk about a human being. A human being can carry out actions like eat, walk, run. Am I right? But when you are describing a human being, you describe a human being using their first name, last name, skin complexion, date of birth. So things like, so if we were to write software to represent a human being, all those actions like eat, walk, run, talk, we will implement them as methods. Are you following? Now, all those things that describe you as a human being, like your first name, your last name, your house address, your skin complexion, your date of birth, you know, they describe you. We implement them as
Attributes.
property. Yeah, attributes. I like that word. Please put it attributes. Okay, you've learnt it before. Good. So attributes, good. The attributes are implemented as properties, but the actions are implemented as methods. As what? Methods. Now, in this class program, we have only one method. The name of that method is main. Main. And what this main method does is to display a message called hello world to the outside world. But how does it do it? How does this main method? So what this main method is going to do is it's going to display a message when we run it. And that message will be hello world. Are you following? But how does it do it? Inside main method, we call another method called writeLine. But this writeLine method is not a member of program class. This writeLine method is a member of console class. It's a member of which class? Sir, writeLine method is a member of which class? I said there are two types of class members, methods and
Properties.
that means in a class you can find methods, you can find properties. So you know you have console.writeLine here now. Now what this console.writeLine means is, you know, I've earlier told you that console is a class inside system namespace. Also inside console class we have several methods. And one of the methods inside console class is called writeLine. And what writeLine does is that anything you pass to writeLine, writeLine will display it on the monitor for you. So back to, I'm going to update this now to be method 1, that's under class 2, method 2, up to method what? N. So the hierarchy is that you have namespace. Inside the namespace, you have several classes, and inside each class there are many methods and many what? Many property or attributes. Share you get. So, but now in this case now, so we have, look at it now. Let's forget about Microsoft own. The one you have created, you have a namespace whose name is what?
LOCS.
Then you have a class inside LOCS whose name is what? Program.
Okay.
You have your namespace. Can you even see the way they organize it? You have your namespace. What's the name?
That's LOCS.
Then you have your class. What's the name?
Program.
Then inside program, you have a method whose name is what? Main. That's the order. So
Console is also a class now.
console is a class, but console is not your own class. Console is under system namespace. And inside console, there is a method. One of the methods there is what? writeLine. And I told you the function of writeLine is to allow you to display messages to the computer screen. Any message you like. So what the message that we are telling console writeLine to display now is hello world. Are you following?
Maybe. That's the one the end user will see.
Yes. In fact, when we run this program, the end user will not see all these things.
I know this is what you as a programmer, this is what you will see.
But
end
the person will
user-
just see hello world.
About the yes, what you are explaining now, the pattern to follow.
Yes. I think I've tried a bit. Let's see this one. But now we don't want to we don't want the program to display hello world. Hmm? We don't want the program to display what? Hello world. This is what we want the program to display. We want the program to display hello, comma C#. Now, how do we do that? You to go to to that place. See, this is what you do. You will change just this line. Are you following? You will remove that word. You put a comma after the hello. Put space. Then you write hello C#. So that's the change. After that, you go to file. Then you go to save. Hmm? So, sir, you to do it. Yes, continue. Put the comma right after the hello. Yes, go ahead. Comma,
Hello.
space, C#.
I want to write
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Please, sir, save. File. Go to file, save. Good. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to run our program. Are you following? We want to do what? We want to run our program. Now, to run our program, go to view terminal. I think we're almost getting to the end of the lesson now. Now, go to view terminal. You do something like the view terminal. View terminal.
click it.
Yes, click it, sir. Good. We are now there. Hold on. Now there's a command that we will use to run the program. So what's the command we are going to use to run the program?
Are you going to type it?
And we are going to type it. But assuming it's Visual Studio 2019, you will not type it. You just click a button. So to run, this is the command we are going to type. .NET run. So let me show you what we are going to do. So we'll come here, we'll come back to Visual Studio. You know we are already in terminal now.
Yes.
So you type .NET, then space run. Then after that you press enter.
.NET.
Yes, space RUN. Press enter. So you are not telling. Okay, it has run. What did it display now? What did it display there for me?
Hello C plus
Hello C#.
C#. Sorry.
Your own will display hello, I am learning C#. Let's wait, it's going to run. What did it display, sir?
Hello, I'm learning C#.
Congratulations, you've run your first C# program. But I want to encourage you not to be discouraged. Even when I started, I didn't understand everything.
This is a namespace.
We are not going to clone anything for now. Okay. Let's stop the lesson at this point for today. But I'm still going to